Hello, Team Zimbabwe, and I am here today to share my short story as a citizen of the Republic of Zimbabwe. I am not so sure if you can hear me, but I just need a confirmation. If you can hear me, I just need a confirmation. So this is a broadcast of my short story as a citizen, as an individual. So if you want to be part of this discussion, or if you want to ask any questions, there is a number on the screen. We are just using this number only for today. There is a number on the screen. You can send your message, or if you go on the description box, there is a link there. You can come through and ask me questions, or you can use the comment sections. You can ask your question through the comment section, and then I will respond it to you. So I just want to give you my short story about my life, myself. I am Mukundi, and some people have been asking questions. Who is Mukundi? We want to see real Mukundi, and I'm here today to speak to you. We are embarking on series of activity, especially this 2022 to 2023. As you all know that there is a lot of work we need to do, a lot of groundwork we need to do and to complete to make sure that in 2023 we deliver the change that we desire, or the change that we want. You know, Zimbabwe and Zimbabweans, we have been struggling for a very long time, and we need change. So as citizens, we need to unite, we need to converge, you need to make sure that we form formidable coalitions, and we make sure that we bring that necessary change. It's no longer an issue of what political party you support. It is now an issue of being a citizen of Zimbabwe, being a young person with a future to safeguard. That is enough for you to come on board and be part of the change we want. So my short story, I was born in Masvingo, and I attended Kwadzana Amberi Primary School in Chitungwiza. Also, I attended Kwadzana number 6 primary school. Then Murambatsvina, ndobva yatirova, we were living Tongogara, now White Cliff. Ndobva tarova nemurambatsvina, and we had to relocate kuenda kumusha, and I learned from kumusha from form 1 up to form 4 ndiri kuruzevha, zvinhu zvakaoma, zvinhu zvichirema. I was in the rural areas, that is in Chivi. I went to Nerwanga Secondary School, that is the school which I attended, and zvinhu zvakaoma those days. Tichienda kuchikoro tisina bhutsu. Just imagine you have come from the urban areas, you have come from Harare, and you are going to experience a new life yekuti uri kuenda kuchikoro usina bhutsu mutsoka. That was the kind of life I lived. Uchitanga kuenda kuchikoro usina bhegi for the first time, wakaisa mabhuku ako mubepa rehupfu. So kune mabepa ehupfu aibva kuSouth Africa, ndokwamataisa mabhuku imomo. So you can actually see the struggle I went through. And in 2009, I was in form 4, and you know what? Tatisinaumbodzidza 2008, yes, you know what was happening, especially from 2007, 2008 to 2009, we were not learning. So we were just people wakangonzi endai munonyora exam. Ndozvinhu zvatakasangana nazvo. So you can actually see that from being affected by Murambatsvina, relocating kuenda kumusha, the economic crisis during that period, you can actually see that it was a tough time. So from there, I went to Mushagashe Training Center. I did my course here welding, and I went to South Africa to look for an attachment. It was so hard and it was so difficult. Sometimes you could work for mahala just because you are on attachment. Nobody was willing to pay you. So semundaruda kuita attachment, semundaruda kudzidza, you could end up uchishandira mahara. I went through a lot during that period of 2011 when I was in South Africa. So I finished my attachment. I came for graduation. I graduated at Mushagashe Training Center with my national certificate in welding. Then zvinhu zvabva zvatanga, zvinhu zvabva zvadhakwa. Nothing, hapasina pekutangira. I went to Rengo Mine trying to find a job. Taura chokwadi panyaya dzechikoro chaipo, I knew nothing during that period of time, because from 2007 when I was form 2 hatina kudzidza, form 3 hatina kudzidza, form 4 yacho hapana chakadzidzwa, which means the questions I was being asked nechekuita negeography and etc, I knew nothing during that period of time. So you know, from a poor family unoenda kuchikoro for a week, modzingwa 2 weeks or 3 weeks, sometimes unoita zvekubirira kuenda kuchikoro kwacho. You see, that is the kind of experience I had. Apa maticha acho haasi kudzidzisa and so forth. So I tried to find a job, basa ranga risiri kuwanika, and I made an option to say, let me go back to school. I went back to school, form 3, form 4, and I passed. So I went to A level and I passed. And the experience, you are now learning. Uchidzidza nevapfana kwauri, iwe wamunhu mukuru, because ndakazoenda A level ndatone ndebvu idzi dzatozara. So just imagine the experience of going to school, uchinodzidza pachikoro pane vanhu, iwe uri mudhara akatochembera, and then you are still going to school, form 5, form 6, and people will be expecting a lot from you, and other people will be mocking you. Mai vakupi mudhara, muchitadza kuita zvechikoro and zvine zveatime yedu. So iwe unenge wa serious, unenge wa focused, and the little boys and the little girls vanenge vachiita noise muclass, they will be happy vanenge vasati vamboona kuti upenyu hwakamira sei. So you know, life is tough. Life is tough, and I know from my history, from my background, that life is tough. And I feel for a lot of Zimbabweans who are in my situation right now. I feel for a lot of young people who are in a dire situation, who are in a situation which is far more than my situation. So this motivates me. This brings me here. This makes me cry at times. This makes me want to change Zimbabwe. This makes me want to see a generation which is willing to change Zimbabwe. So before I go any further, I don't know if you can hear me. Kindly confirm through a comment. Please, can someone just type something so that I know if you can hear me loud and clear. So today I am speaking about my short story as a citizen of Zimbabwe. I grew up in a very, very poor family. I struggled to go to school. I struggled to attain even my form 4, to attain even my form 6. I struggled a lot, but thank God I managed to have something. I managed to do something, and right now I'm still doing my degree in banking and finance, and I'm doing Zimbabwe Open University. Just because Maria University yakaramba kutamba, I decided to go ndichiita distance learning, because ndiri kubasa, I'm paying my fees, doing what I can to make sure that I am in school each and every time. So you can imagine right now, 28 years, and you are still pursuing your degree. Kuno mumwe munhu akapedza degree rake at 22 years. 22 years vamwe hapana vatopedza, because kana wakanyora form 4 at 16, A level at 18, at 19, watotanga degree rako 20, 21, 22, watopedza degree, you can now find a job. But I'm still pursuing my degree. The only qualification I have, day welding so far. So you can actually see the kind of problems we have in Zimbabwe. So some people would ask questions. What is motivating you to come out and speak against the tyranny? What is motivating you to come out and speak for or seek justice? This is what is motivating me. I don't want my son to go through what I went through. I don't want my son to struggle the same way I struggled. But it pains me right now to see teachers failing to send their kids to school. I know tomorrow they are supposed to go to school. The ministers are expecting them to be at schools. The school heads, the entire leadership, they expect teachers to be at school. But I feel for them, because if the lowest paid is being given 13,000 are TGS, you can just imagine how they're going to send their kids to school, because haitokwani kubhadhara fees mari iyoyo, haikwani kubhadhara fees. So Team Zimbabwe, my heart is so heavy. My heart is so heavy. I made a decision, a very tough decision, to say I'm not going to support any political party at the moment. I am not. I've decided not to support any political party, but I am supporting a cause for change. That is the reason why I am campaigning and I'm supporting President Nelson Chamisa. I support President Nelson Chamisa because we want change in Zimbabwe. We cannot continue to have our kids suffering in the hands of ZANU-PF, in the hands of the leadership we have. Just because we don't have leaders who think, we don't have leaders who know what we are going through. They don't even care about what we are going through. It's so sad kuti unosvika kumba mwana obva ati maswits angu ari kupi, and you don't have an answer because you have nothing. Waenda uchipusha chingoro mutown ndokubva wanoklemberwa ndobva watorerwa zvese, and you are going back home with nothing. You are going back home uchida kuti utonotanga utokwereta mari yekuti unoburitsa chingoro chako chaklemba. We have my graduates, people whom I know who were brilliant in school. Right now vari kuite nothing. Chavari kuita vari kutengesa boots muma streets emuHarare. You meet someone who was brilliant in school, an engineer, a teacher, all sorts of professions. They are there doing different things. This is the reason why I said, let me go out, share my short story, and then inspire a few people, and then make sure that as Zimbabweans, we build that kind of Zimbabwe we want. Hapana chinhu chatakamirira vana veZimbabwe. Hapana chinhu chatakamirira kunoregister kuvota. Don't let anyone tell you that elections are being rigged and change will not come. Change came in Malawi. Change came in Zambia under our watch. Why can't we bring change to Zimbabwe? It's because in 2018, the majority of us didn't register to vote. The majority of us sabotaged on the voting day, decided not to vote on the voting day. It's because we are being told all sorts of lies. That even if you go and vote in your numbers, hapana chinochinja, it changes. It changes. Let it be a situation where the military will deny us power, but taita basa redu as citizens, tawina an election. That way we know that we can defend, we can find ways to defend the sovereignty of Zimbabwe. We can find ways to defend our vote. But we cannot defend what is not there. You cannot defend what is not there. So the moment we give ZANU-PF a margin of 300 votes, there is a possibility of manipulation. But let's go to Zambia, where Hichilema won by more than 1.5 million votes. More than 1.5 million votes. Who else could rig such a huge margin? Who? We know that each and every citizen in Zimbabwe is tired of tyranny, is tired of this government, is tired of incompetence. The people who are in power, they are incompetent. The people who are in power, they are greedy. They don't know how to run the economy. All they know is how to loot the resources of this country. So just imagine, because in South Africa alone, we have eligible voters who are living in South Africa, around 3 million plus eligible voters who are in South Africa at the moment. And in Zimbabwe, we have eligible voters, 8 million plus eligible voters. Right now, as I am speaking, 8 million plus eligible voters who are in Zimbabwe. And those in South Africa, 3 million plus, which means we have around 11,000 eligible voters in Zimbabwe. And Mnangagwa managed to garner only 2,300,000 votes in 2018. And with the economy, with the collapse of the economy, his numbers are not increasing. They are actually decreasing because some people are deflecting, some people are running away from ZANU-PF to other political parties. Some people are now neutrals, which means the possibility that Mnangagwa won't get 2 million is very high. the probability is a very, very, very high that Mnangagwa is not going to get 2 million votes come 2023. Vanenge vazviita sei? Because tarisai maroads chaiwo chaiwo hakusi kufambika. Hakusi kufambika. Ndakaenda kumusha ndikadzoka motikari yangu yarasa exhaust. Hakusi kufambika. Makomba motikari diki inopinda kunyura mvura motikari yese. Just imagine. That is the kind of situation you have, which means vari kumusha vacho they are not happy. Endai kumamisha, vana vari kudzidza vakagara pasi. Ike zvine zvikoro zvizhinji zvakatorwa nemhepo. Many schools were destroyed by wind. So kids are learning vakagara pasi in bare sunlight, direct sunlight scorching them each and every day. Their parents are aware of that. There are no clinics. If you go into my rural area, the nearest clinic is 17 kilometers from my home. The nearest clinic, 17 kilometers from my home. Which means without a scotch cart, without a bicycle, without a car, you cannot go to that clinic. People in my rural area, they know about that. They always ask me, when are you coming, you young guys, to come and rescue your people? When are you coming back to rescue your people? Remember the struggles you went through. They always remind me this. Remember the struggles you went through. Now that you are succeeding, why are you not coming back to lead? They always ask that question, and I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer because I'm actually doing nothing. So this is a challenge to you, that people in the rural area, they no longer want ZANU-PF. They want change. Everywhere, nobody loves ZANU-PF. The people who are supporting ZANU-PF are supporting it only because they want food aid, only they want seed, they want fertilizers. That is the reason why they're supporting ZANU-PF. Others, they are intimidated and coerced into supporting ZANU-PF. That is the other reason why they are supporting ZANU-PF at the moment. But honestly speaking, truthfully speaking, nobody is willingly supporting ZANU-PF. Which means there is a possibility that if we put Nelson Chamisa as the candidate in 2023, there is a very high possibility that he's going to garner more than 7 million votes. If we register to vote, we are going to garner more than 7 million votes, mark my words. In 2018, we had more than 5 million registered voters, and more than 1 million didn't vote. More than 1 million didn't vote. If 700,000 had voted for Nelson Chamisa, but they decided not to vote. So if we mobilize, just tell a neighbor to register to vote. Tell a neighbor to register to vote. So I want to thank my brother Jackson. Thank you for your contribution here. I appreciate the mission here is to make sure that each and every Zimbabwean is informed, to make sure that each and every Zimbabwean is aware of what is happening, is motivated. I'm sharing this story. It is a sad story to me. I don't want to repeat this story to each and every person, but it is a sad story to me. It pains me. This is the reason why I always say, let's register to vote. You are sabotaging some people. You are preventing some people to prosper just because you are selfish, just because you don't want to vote. You don't pay anything for you to vote. You just need your ID. You just need your proof of residence. You just need to be 18 years. Then you go and register to vote. You pay nothing. Nothing. So on the voting day, you have to pay nothing as well. Because right now, as we speak, polling stations were decentralized. They were decentralized and they are now closed to the people. which means you just wake up, you go, you be the first person to be in the queue. Make sure that when you are going, you go with your friends, you are going in numbers, so that we overwhelm ZANU-PF. We don't hate ZANU-PF, we hate corruption, we hate incompetence, we hate nepotism, we hate looting. We hate people who can't even take responsibility of saying, yes, we are in charge, we are failing. We hate that. That is the reason why we want to remove ZANU-PF. I applaud the leaders in ZANU-PF who went to the liberation struggle, but I don't applaud them anymore for the way they are leading this country. They've led this country to the dogs. So you can just imagine, put it only in Zimbabwe, teacher are less than $100. Where have you seen that? People who don't even respect civil servants. So we have a government. I want you to understand this. If you understand this correctly, you will be motivated to go and encourage people to register to vote. You will be encouraged to go and actually vote, to make sure that each and everyone in your family is voting. Okay, we have a government led by the president. The president, the vice president, the cabinet. We have more than 20, I think around 21 ministers. We have around 21 permanent secretaries, and we have around 21 deputy ministers. Okay, they go to work each and every day. They create policies. And in their ministries, let's say for an example, in the Ministry of Education, we have a minister who is being paid, deputy minister who is being paid, the permanent secretary who is being paid, and all the other staff in that Ministry of Education, right? The teacher who is supposed to implement the Ministry of Education's policy is being paid less than $100, which means the Ministry of Education policy needed the teacher for it to be implemented. Without the teacher, there is no implementation of the policy formulated by the Ministry of Education. So teachers are saying, we are not going to teach, and they were not teaching, which means no one is implementing that policy. So if the policy is not being implemented, why do we have a government? Why do we have a minister, a permanent secretary, a deputy minister who are being paid each and every month, who are getting coupons each and every month, who are getting allowances each and every month, who are getting vehicles? Why? Because the minister is performing on behalf of the president. And we have the Ministry of Education which is not performing, which means there is a minus. There is a minus. Out of 21, there is a minus in the Ministry of Education, which means the president himself has failed to make sure that there is education in the country of Zimbabwe and has violated the constitution. Let's go to the Ministry of Health. We have the minister coming up with a policy and saying, this is our policy, this is what we are going to implement. We want to implement A, B, C, D. And we have the implementers are nurses, the implementers are doctors, the implementers are health workers who are in clinics, who are in hospitals. These are the implementers of the Ministry of Health policy. And when they say we are not going to work just because we are not being paid enough, it means there is no implementation of that policy. And we have another ministry which is down. We now have two. So this situation is happening in each and every ministry. Go to the Ministry of Transport. We recently saw the Minister of Transport coming out, being on fire, threatening to take action on CRV workers. They were not giving number plates. Mota dzadzangozara dzisina registration plates. And that prompted the minister to go and check. These are people who are supposed to implement the minister's policy, which is to make sure that each and every vehicle is paying license, which is to make sure that each and every vehicle is paying its insurance, which is to make sure that each and every vehicle is roadworthy, each and every vehicle is registered. and people were not implementing the policy. They were not implementing the policy. But as citizens, we are quiet. We don't want to go and register to vote. Let's go. I want to give you another example. If you go to the Ministry of Home Affairs, honestly speaking, the police are now the most corrupt people. The police are now the most corrupt people. Mbavha ikangobhadhara iri kubva yasiiwa, mbavha ikangobhadhara iri kubva yasiiwa. During COVID, munhu aiti akabatwa akangobhadhara 5 yake obva atosiiwa obva aenda achiita madhiri ake. They are not implementing the Ministry of Home Affairs policy, which is to make sure that we have the laws of the country are being upheld, which is to make sure that criminals are being brought to justice, which is to make sure that the environment is safe. So they failed. They failed to implement those policies. This is another ministry which I've given you. We now have 4 ministries which are not functioning. And these are critical ministries I am pointing out. I will not talk about the Ministry of Finance. I will not talk anything about the Ministry of Finance because this is where the disaster is. This ministry have dismally failed. They've done nothing. Because in 2019, they robbed the bank accounts of our people. They made sure that they introduced a bogus policy, a bogus statutory instrument, which said Zimbabwean dollars, which said US dollar and the Zimbabwean dollar was no longer 1:1. And they converted our US dollar accounts to RTGS accounts. Because if you revisit 2008, 2009, you would see that people were made to open new accounts and they were made to abandon their old accounts. They opened the US dollar accounts. So in 2016, 17, 18, 19, they were busy stealing. They were busy playing around those bank accounts. And in 2019, they succeeded in robbing each and every citizen, each and every organization, each and every church, each and every person was robbed, including schools, hospitals, everyone was robbed except themselves because ivo vakabva vagadzira avaiti manostro accounts manje, which means everyone was robbed in 2019. Billions were stolen in 2019. Yet you don't want to go and register to vote. Yet you don't want to go and vote. Uri kuda kuenda kunomira mukiu yekuti utore mari iwewe John Sai, but you don't want to vote. Uri kumukira, uri kunorara mukiu. You want to sleep in the queue so that you can have your money, so that you can have your passport, so that you can have an ID, you can have a birth certificate, but you don't want to go and register to vote. You don't want to go and vote. You don't want to simply encourage other people to say, Amanaga, let's just register to vote and let's just go and vote. Or something for you to vote. What kind of person are you? What kind of person are you? I have told you my life history. It is a miserable history ever. I don't want to hear about that history. It pains me to speak about that history because imagine uchienda kuchikoro usina kupfeka bhutsu uchimhanya so uchimhanya kuchikoro 18 kilometers uchienda kuchikoro so uchimhanya 18 kilometers. Just imagine wabuda makuseni uchienda kuchikoro 18 kilometers, wabuda uchidzoka manheru 18 kilometers. Just imagine the pain. Waenda ikoko teacher vanokudza kuti hatisi kudzidzisa. You go to school, there are no textbooks. And you are expected to write the same Zimsek paper with their kids, St. George's. Just imagine. Just imagine. So I'm telling you my life history, it pains me. This is the reason why I'm not afraid to come out and say, guys, the only remedy, the only solution is to go and register to vote. Not only to register to vote, but to encourage others to register to vote. Not only to encourage others, but to educate others about the importance of actually voting, about the importance of registering to voting time, about the importance of voting for a competent candidate. And number 4, to go and actually vote on the final voting day. Atina chatinobva. Why are we not volunteering to be party agents in 2020-23? Why are we not volunteering? For nothing. Why are we not volunteering? Why are we not paying dollar to make sure that Nelson Chamisa will campaign and win the election in 2023? Why are we not doing that? It's better for us to sacrifice $1 bringing change than to sacrifice $50 paying bribe. Which is better? You are paying bribes to obtain your driver's license from the learner's license, driver's license. You are paying money. You are paying money. So if you are paying a lot of money, wherever you go in any government office, you are leaving $10 there, $5 there. Each and every time you are visiting a government office, you are leaving $5 to $10 or more. So why are you not sacrificing $1 to say, I'm going to sacrifice this dollar so that Nelson Chamisa will be able to campaign in 2023 and will be able to win? I am sacrificing myself and my time to go and be the agent per polling station and make sure kuti results paari kunoverengwa ari kuverengwa chaiwo chaiwo. Why can't we sacrifice that? Why? So thank you, my brother Namo Inesuma Gwenzi, for coming through. I really appreciate it. And the facts, bro, nothing beats those life facts. Wish people could listen to such. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. All what we need is change in Zimbabwe. We cannot afford to sell our future once more. We cannot afford to do that. So do you know that the people of Zimbabwe, easy, we are doing this live broadcast. I'm using my data, I'm using my time, each and everything. I'm risking my own life. But someone will not be even willing to share the link, just to share the link, to just copy the link of this video and share in other groups. Someone is not willing. So we need to do our part. We need to do what we can to make sure that people are registering to vote. The numbers of people who registered to vote last year, they're alarming. The numbers of people who registered to vote in the past week only, I am ashamed to announce such numbers. Why? Just because we are not doing our part. We are not encouraging our young people to go and actually register to vote. Thank you, Rose Day Mangunda. Thank you very much for coming through. Thank you. So, Team Zimbabwe, it's not a personal issue. This is not a personal issue. This is not a personal issue. What we want is change. This is a sovereignty issue. This is a generational issue. This is a national issue. This is an issue, a matter of an emergency. We need a leader. And at the moment, if we are to be honest, the only person who can tackle ZANU-PF is Nelson Chamisa. He's the only person who is visible, and he's the only person who can tackle ZANU-PF. We all know that. That is the reason why they are fighting him each and every day. So I don't need to love him for me to vote for him. I don't need to love his political party or to be part of his political party for me to support him. I need to be a Zimbabwean for me to support the cause. I need to be a Zimbabwean who is not selfish, a Zimbabwean who is willing to have change in Zimbabwe. So these guys, they don't have ideas. These guys, they are not going to change anything in Zimbabwe. But we need to remove them. How do we remove them? We go and protest. Where? In the ballot. Let's go and protest in the ballot. If they rig this election, we are going to demand recounting of the elections. Yes, last time they were challenged in court. This time around, we're not going to challenge them in court only. We are going to demand a recount. That is what we want. We are just going to demand. We want a recount. Once we get a recount, you will see that we are going to deliver. Change is coming. Everyone, if I say everyone, I don't need to mention names. Each and everyone in Zimbabwe, except the looters, each and everyone want change in Zimbabwe. Zvino the 2023 election has kubiririka. Usambofa wakanyeberwa nemunhu kuti hanzi 2023 inobiririka. Haibiririke 2023. Reasons being, vanhu vanenge vari ma electoral agents ku 2023, vanhu vedu, vanhu vanoshanda kuzeki kwacho vari kutodawo change. But they always say, brother, we want change, but the problem iripo ndeyekuti imimi vanhu vachoka hamuuye kuzovhota. Ndozvavanenge vachitaura. Vanotaura kuti change tinoida, but imimi hamuuye kuzovhota muri serious. Uyai muvhote in numbers muone kuti hatichinje here zvinhu. So guys, 2023 election is not going to be rigged. So thank you, Vincent Pasira. Thank you, 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 Mofu Muhera. Thank you very much for reaching out. So, Team Zimbabwe, musanyeberwa kuzanza election inorigwa 2023. Let's go and vote. I am telling you this because I know what is happening in the internal cycles. I know what is happening in ZEC. I know what is happening. This is the reason why I have courage to come out to say, Team Zimbabwe, let's register to vote. Forget about anything else. Forget about prayers. Don't even pray. You don't need to pray because God delivered this country a long time ago. Chasara mindset yedu. Our mindset is taking us back as the nation. God delivered Zimbabwe. God delivered Zimbabwe. There is no need for a prayer at this moment. There is need for you to tell a friend, to register to vote, to tell a friend, to educate people about the importance of registering to vote, the importance of voting, to tell a friend, to go and actually vote. Hapana zvirumborema. Mbondudza haubhadhare anything. Just to go onesa X, wotodzokera mumba kwako. X pamunhu chaiye wodzokera mumba kwako. And you say zvinorema. Do you think kuti dai iri MDC alliance yakaita 2/3 majority parliament last year? Dai iri MDC yakaita 2/3 majority parliament, 2/3 majority council. Do you think kuti mkuru aibirira? Do you think kuti anyone else could have stolen that election? No. 2023, we are going to win. We are definitely going to win. Nelson Chamisa is going to be the president of the Republic of Zimbabwe. By August 2023, tinenge na President Nelson Chamisa. Munhu umwe chete akamisa President Chamisa ndiwe. Just share the message. Share the message. Share these videos. Make sure that when we say we are going live, you attend. I want to tell you, that my channels, they are being fought each and every day. My channels are being fought each and every day. Each and every day, they fight my channels. Why? They know the impact of these channels. This is the reason why they are fighting us. They know the impact of people actually voting. They know very well. They know very well kuti tikangovhota chete. So, guys, ukaona vanhu vari kurwisa, hakuna vanhu vanongorwisa chinhu for mahala. Hakuna. So, Team Zimbabwe, let's register to vote. That is the message I have. I have shared my life story with you so that you understand the importance of registering to vote. You understand the importance of actually voting. I don't want your son to go through what I went through. I suffered. Imba kupwanywa kutongogara uko now White Cliff takatarisa. Soon after that ndobva vadzorera vanhu futi musame White Cliff yoyo. Chamapwanyira dzimba dzacho chii? Corrupt tendencies. They went on to sell Mastenzi wayo panyuwani. They pocketed a lot of money. Corrupt tendencies only because vanhu vakangodzorerwa futi mavakapwanyirwa. Vanhu vanga vaka zvine order White Cliff vakapwanyirwa. Ndobva vadzorerwa. Just because of corrupt tendencies. Zvikanzi chiya mutange kubhadhara panyuwani. So, Team Zimbabwe, I don't see the reason why. If you are in South Africa, guys, ndo sacrifices ekuita. Aya. Ndo sacrifices ekuita. Pano kuti uwane mukadzi wako azvara mwana neumwe murume, better come and register to vote. Ugare padhuze nemukadzi wako. Ugare padhuze uchiona vana vako. Vamwe venyu are complaining kuti makawana vana dzamuka just because you were far away from them. So why can't you come and register to vote so that you live close to your family, you live close to your assets? Vamwe venyu makabirwa zvinhu, vamwe venyu makatumira mari dzekuvaka dzimba dzikadyiwa. That is the truth. makatumira mari dzekuvaka dzimba dzikadyiwa nehama, mukaitumira zvinhu kuZimbabwe zvikabiwa, vamwe venyu mukaudzwa kuti zvinhu zvakabiwa pabhodha, zvimwe zvikaimbaundwa pabhodha. All many stories, so all sorts of stories. So vamwe venyu vakatsva kuSouth Africa, vamwe venyu vakarohwa vakakuvara in South Africa, vamwe venyu they are being exploited in South Africa. So why can't we sacrifice? If we can sacrifice, why can't we sacrifice in a year? Just for a few months, let's come and sacrifice. Toregister kuvota, tovota, toita make sure kuti tavhotera Nelson Chamisa in 2023. Look at Zambia. There is now free education in Zambia. Free education as we speak, there's a free education in Zambia. Izvezvi kubva ECD kusvika form 6 mwana wese ari kungomuka achienda kuchikoro kudai so. Ari kumuka achingomhanya kuenda kuchikoro every day. Free education, hapana nyaya dzemafees. Go to Zambia, civil servants vakawedzerwa mari. Right now, people are being employed. They have recruited more than 38,000 teachers. But akawina rini Ichilema. In 6 months, Ichilema ari kudeliver zvinotyisa. Less than 6 months. So you can actually see that change is easy, but we just need to go in for it. So Team Zimbabwe, I love you all. Thank you very much for coming here. Thank you very much for coming on board, for supporting the cause, for supporting this platform. Kindly hit the subscribe button and like this video. Make sure that you share to as many people as possible. Just take the link, share my groups, share my Facebook pages everywhere. Just spread the message. This message is for the people of Zimbabwe. Don't be stingy. Make sure that you share with the people so that they hear about this message. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Kuti aiwa, zvakadirwa shuga ike zvinezvi. We are supporting Nelson Chamisa for a reason. Atingoende kungoti hanzi tangosvika. We are supporting him for a reason. We are supporting him because we want genuine and real change. They will not deny us change for the second time. This time around, we are going to win. So they banned us kuti tiite my activities on ZTV. But thanks to YouTube, thanks to Facebook, thanks to Twitter, thanks to Instagram, we are live. All we need is your support. We don't need your donations. We need your support. Only your support. Only your support. That is what we want. So if you want to make sure that you support the cause, just make sure that you are sharing the message. That is what is very important. And the Team Zimbabwe, I'm assuring you, change is coming. So we have another program, possibly at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. Yes, at 4 p.m. If you check on our timeline, we have another program at 4 p.m. We are going live at 4 p.m. Exactly 4 p.m. We are going live, and I need you to be on board. I need you to be on board. Kana magetsi asina kuenda kana kuti internet isina kudhakwa, we are going live at 4 p.m. Nhasi chaiye. So Team Zimbabwe, I thank you. Just share the message. You are amazing people. Unoziva kuti zvinondiremera kubva panapa because ndechida kungoti tirambe tichingori tese. But I think we are going to do a lot of activities. We need to speak a lot. We need to share a lot, so that we win in 2023. We fully support you guys. Thank you very much, Mkoma Itai. Thank you. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your care. I appreciate you for being here. You know, it's difficult for some people to come for 40 something minutes. You have done so well. Thank you very much. I applaud you. This is the reason why I love Zimbabweans. You Zimbabweans, you are the best people I have ever seen. This is the reason why I will never leave Zimbabwe for any other country. I will die here in Zimbabwe and make sure that we deliver a better Zimbabwe for all. So till we meet again at 4 p.m. sharp. So if you want to join our WhatsApp groups, there is a number on the screen there. Just say Mukundi on that number. Our usual number, we don't have our usual number at the moment. But I believe that we are going to, let me try to see if I can find that number. Take the number on the screen. Let me try to see if I can get another number, our usual number, so that you just say Mukundi and we will add you in our group. I got it here. This is our number on the screen there. The number on the screen, just say Mukundi. This is a Zimbabwean number. Come on WhatsApp and just say Mukundi. Then we will add you into our group so that you don't miss out each and every time we go live. So if you go on Twitter, we have our Twitter handle at Mukundi Africa TV. If you go on Facebook, we have our group Rakanzi Mukundi Africa TV. We have our Facebook page Rakanzi Mukundi Africa TV. We don't have a lot of activity on our Facebook page right now, but I'm trying to engage with my team to make sure that we rejuvenate that page. We begin to post, but the page is active, but we last posted in December last year, so we want to resume activity on that page to make sure that each and every Zimbabwean is covered. So go on all those platforms, make sure that you follow us, make sure that you tell a friend to register to vote. To meet at 4 p.m. Thank you very much.